Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here today. I'm excited to introduce our topic, unlocking your hidden attraction. In this presentation, we're going to explore how many men tend to underestimate themselves and what really influences attraction. We often assume it's just about looks or money, but in reality, it's much more about presence, energy, and how others, both women and men, react to you. We'll look into body language, social dynamics, and subtle cues that reveal true attraction beyond words. So, let's dive in and discover how to unlock your hidden potential. Let's explore the 7 powerful signs that might indicate you're more attractive than you realize. First, if women tend to get nervous around you, it's often a sign that they find you intriguing or appealing, even if they don't say it outright. Second, if other men act differently around you, like showing respect or even a bit of envy, that's a strong indication of your attractiveness and the attention you naturally attract. Third, when women challenge you, it's usually a sign they see you as someone worth engaging with, not just passively accepting your presence. Fourth, strangers staring at you without even realizing it is a classic sign that you catch people's attention, sometimes even subconsciously. Fifth, if you notice you're getting special treatment without asking for it, that's often a reflection of your perceived value and attractiveness. Sixth, when women get upset if you don't notice them, it shows they're genuinely interested and want your acknowledgement. And finally, if people assume you have options, it's a clear sign that your confidence and presence suggest you're someone who's in demand. All these signs connect to the overall idea that attractiveness isn't just about looks. It's also about how you carry yourself and how others perceive you. So one clear sign that a woman might be interested is if she gets nervous around you. You might notice her fidgeting, playing with her necklace, twirling her hair, touching her lips, or adjusting her posture. These little gestures are often subconscious cues that she's attracted to you. When a woman finds a man irresistible, she becomes more conscious of her appearance in front of him. She might glance at her reflection, fix her hair, or sit up straighter to look her best. Sometimes, she'll hold eye contact just a little too long, testing your reaction, then quickly look away if she feels she's been caught. Or she might stare at you for a moment and then look away quickly. Now, an important insight from experts is that nervousness in this context isn't rejection. It's actually a sign of interest. It's her body's way of signaling attraction without needing to say a word. If she wasn't attracted, she wouldn't care so much about how she's appearing in front of you. So, these subtle signs of nervousness are actually positive signals that she's interested and wants to connect. Let's talk about sign 2, how other men act differently around you. One of the most overlooked signs of male attractiveness is actually how other men respond to your presence. When you walk into a room, you might notice that the energy shifts. Some men will size you up, others might nod respectfully, and a few could even get passive-aggressive or dismissive. This happens because men are naturally competitive. When an attractive man enters a space, other men instinctively compare themselves to him. Insecure men might try to one-up you in conversations, interrupt your stories, or act as if you don't notice you at all. On the other hand, confident men tend to show respect or subtly mirror your body language. Women are very aware of these dynamics. When they see men either respecting you or feeling threatened by you, their attraction to you often grows stronger. This social proof, how men react to you, is one of the most powerful signals of your perceived status and attractiveness. So, pay attention to how other men behave around you, because it can reveal a lot about your overall presence and confidence. All right, let's talk about sign 3. Women challenge you. When a woman teases you or throws playful digs like, "I bet you say that to all the girls," or even acts unimpressed, don't mistake it for disinterest. It's actually a test. Women who find a man attractive often test him to see how he handles pressure. A truly confident man, when faced with teasing, doesn't crumble or get defensive. Instead, he plays along, teases back, and holds his ground. That's key. Because if she's challenging you, it's a sign she's interested. She's creating tension to gauge your strength. Now, here's an expert insight to remember. If she didn't care at all, she wouldn't bother engaging. Indifference, meaning no teasing, no challenge, is actually a sign of disinterest. But when she does challenge you, it's her way of testing your confidence and seeing if you can stay composed under pressure. Keep that in mind as part of the bigger picture of understanding female signals. Have you ever noticed someone staring at you, then quickly looking away? That's actually a very clear sign of attraction and curiosity. Women might sneak a glance when they think you won't notice, while men might give you a quick bro nod or just silently gauge you. But it's not just about eye contact. Your presence alone can influence how strangers behave around you. They might subtly shift their body language, making space when you sit nearby, straightening up, or even asking if you're an athlete or celebrity. And here's an important insight from experts. This isn't about vanity or superficiality. It's really about energy. People are naturally wired to notice confident, high-value men who carry themselves with presence. So, these subtle signs reveal a lot about how others perceive your confidence and overall vibe. So, what we're looking at here is sign 5. You get special treatment without asking. This is a subtle but powerful phenomenon. Attractive men often receive unspoken privileges in social situations. For example, bartenders might serve them faster, waitresses might smile more, and strangers tend to be friendlier. Women might even find excuses to interact with them, asking for the time, complimenting their cologne, or accidentally brushing by. Sometimes it goes even further, like getting free upgrades, receiving random compliments, or noticing women fixing your collar or doing small nurturing gestures. The key point is that people unconsciously want to please those they find appealing or high value. And here's the crucial insight from social psychology. This isn't just about luck, it's about perception. When someone perceives you as high value, they naturally treat you better, hopping to earn your approval. So remember, this treatment isn't random. It's rooted in how others perceive your worth. Now, let's talk about sign 6. Women get upset when you don't notice them. A really fascinating sign of attraction is when women start to act moody, distant, or even a little cold without any clear reason. Often, this happens because you walk into a room and don't acknowledge them. Some women will try harder to get your attention by laughing louder, exaggerating their gestures, or positioning themselves closer to you. Others might become passive-aggressive, pretending not to care but clearly reacting to your lack of attention. From an expert perspective, indifference from you can actually spark curiosity and frustration in women. If they weren't attracted, your acknowledgement, or lack of it, wouldn't really matter to them. So, in essence, when a woman seems upset or distant because you didn't notice her, it's often a sign that she's interested and wants your attention. Now, let's talk about sign 7. People assume you have options. Attractive men often give off an energy that makes others believe they're in demand, even if they're not actively dating anyone. Women might assume that other women want you, while men tend to think you never have to try too hard to attract attention. This phenomenon is called preselection, and it's one of the strongest triggers of attraction. That's why you'll sometimes hear women accuse attractive men of being players, or say they have multiple women chasing them. Ironically, these assumptions are rooted in interest. If she didn't find you desirable, she wouldn't care who else you're dating. And here's an expert insight. When women get territorial or jealous before you're even in a relationship, it's a clear sign they see you as high value and are already imagining competing for your attention. So, in essence, having options or the perception of having options actually boosts your attractiveness in the eyes of others. Final thoughts, everyone. I want to leave you with this important idea. Being an attractive man isn't solely about genetics or how much money you have. It's really about how you carry yourself, your posture, your attitude, and how others respond to you based on that. It's about the silent confidence you project, which often speaks louder than looks. If you've seen yourself reflected in some of these signs or traits we discussed, understand this: you're probably more attractive than you think. The real magic happens when confidence, presence, and composure come into play. Looks might catch someone's eye initially, but it's your energy and self-assurance that make a lasting impression. So remember, attractiveness isn't just surface level. It's about how you carry yourself and the vibe you give off. That's what truly makes you unforgettable.